song along with me. Just open up your hearts, feel harmony and peace inside yourself. Life is a great school, teaching always to do good. Learning that in order to be happy we need to help. Learning to accept that everyone deserves respect. Uniting all their hearts with a gesture of affection. Finding our happiness will be spreading joy. There is no other way. Charity is the solution. Only one love, only one ideal. So love and peace in the world. Conquer us. Feel the life within ourselves, and love will certainly appear, and the world will be in peace. Sing this song along with me. Just open up your hearts, feel harmony and peace inside yourself. Life is a great school, teaching always to do good. Learning that in order to be happy we need to help. Learning to accept that everyone deserves respect. Uniting all their hearts with a gesture of affection. Finding our happiness will be spreading joy. There is no other way. Charity is the solution. Only one love, only one ideal. So in love and peace in the world. Conquer us. Feel the life within ourselves, and love will certainly appear, and the world will be in peace. Only one love, only love ideal. So in love and peace in the world. Conquer us. Feel the life within ourselves, and love will certainly appear, and the world will be in peace.
What is reincarnation? Would you like to know more about it? So join us to start and learn together about this and many other topics.
Source of love that radiates, warming up all the heart, support and comfort, support and comfort, cascade from down the mountain, carrying the children of earth with love in their hearts, with love in their hearts. My soul never loses hope, because your love always teaches me the solution lies in our Lord. The solution lies in our Lord. Oh, my mother Zephyrina, harvest of wonderful blessings. Make your small son a good Christian. make your small son a good Christian. Blue crystal eyes, colors of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Blue crystal eyes, colors of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the good, receive our prayers and also our heart. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ. Oh Jesus, here I am, my knees on the floor, to say thank you, my Lord, for the light that comes through this door. Your love is the key to change the entire world. Using these chains wisely, we will live in peace and harmony. Now I understand, helping others is helping myself. Your words now are so crystal clear. Your teachings have no frontier. To see all these transformations, we just have to put love in action.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our public meeting. We thank everyone for joining us tonight. Before we start, we would like to share a couple of announcements. We ask that you turn off your phone notifications and find a quiet place during this time if possible. Our meeting will have a 30-minute presentation followed by a Q&A. Following the presentation, we will have a spiritual treatment with passes and magnetized water. So we invite you to set aside a container with water to be magnetized. And now we have an important invitation to do. So it's our course, Get to Know Spiritism. And it started on February 5th, but if you are interested, you still have time to register yourself and learn a lot of important topics from the Spiritism. So it's 14 classes, and there is practical activities. It will be free and online. So please don't waste any time and register yourself with the link that will be shared in our comment section. And we also would like to invite everyone to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube from the Spiritism Canada pages and Spiritism group of Path of Light. And now we would like to start with our initial prayer. And I invite everyone to join me. So let's close our eyes and calm our hearts. Elevate our thoughts to our Divine Master, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for the opportunity to be here tonight. How wonderful it is to be able to learn more about your teachings and spread your message of love, charity, and kindness through our public meeting. We ask your protection and inspiration to the speaker of tonight's talk, and may you be with us today and always. So be it. Okay, so the topic of today is family ties strengthened by reincarnation, items 18 to 23, and the chapter is the chapter 4, no one can see the kingdom of God unless they are born again. And this topic, tonight's topic, will be facilitated by our sister Veronica from Winnipeg. And I would just like to remind you that our meeting is being transmitted through Facebook and YouTube, and everyone is welcome to write comments and questions in the chat, and we will address the questions at the end of the talk. So now we would like to invite our tonight's speaker. Welcome, Veronica. Oops. Okay. Here you are.
Oh no.
How are you,
Here you go.
Veronica?
I'm doing well. Sorry, I got frozen here. My computer is a little bit slow, so I think I was already there and I couldn't see myself.
No problem. Okay,
Hello.
the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Larissa. And good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. We are studying together this chapter, right? Chapter 4. We are near the end of this chapter for the Gospel according to Spiritism. And these items from 18 to 23, they are entitled Family Ties Strengthened by Reincarnation, as Lisa said, right? So it talks about this relationship between reincarnation and family. So the whole chapter is about reincarnation, right? The need that we have to reincarnate, right? And we are going to see how that relates to family. Because if we reincarnate, if we have multiple lives, one question we have is what happens to our family? What happens to the people we love that we are living here together? So next time I reincarnate, will I be reincarnated with a new group of people? Will I reincarnate with the same people? How does that work? And I see that my audio is failing, right, for me. So I think I'm gonna just switch the audio, so it might help a little bit. So just 1 second. Let's see. How about that? It's a little bit better. Okay, so let's get going then. Let's move on then. All right. So this is the question, right? What happens when we reincarnate? What happened to our family? We will receive a brand new family, new people that we never met, or do we reincarnate within the same group? Right. So the first thing to understand this relationship between reincarnation and family is to talk about what family means, right? What is family? And if we think about family in the sense of our physical life, the way how we see family as a social unit, right, as part of our society, family is. Let's see. Here it is. So, family is a group of persons united by ties of marriage, blood, or adoption, and they constitute a single household and interact with each other, and they have respective social positions, for example, a spouse, a parent, a child, and siblings, right? So this is our no, our regular vision about family, and this is the family, the notion of family we have while living on earth. But what Allan Kardec brings to us and the spirits bring it to us is a different idea of family. He talks about the family in the spiritual world. And what is this type of family? So it's a little bit different. This family is not, people are not together because of ties of blood, ancestry, or because they were born within the same family, they are siblings. But what unites this spiritual family is the notion that spirits form groups and families united by affection, sympathy, and similar inclinations. So we are attracted by people that are kind of like us, right? So that are similar to us. So this idea of spiritual family has a close relationship to reincarnation because if we think about incarnation, if we have this spiritual family in the spiritual world, when we incarnate, we get separated temporarily from these individuals. And they reunite, but we can reunite with them back when they discarnate. So this is an interesting idea, right? Because now our family is not the family that we live on earth, but this spiritual family that are close to our hearts, that when we discarnate, we connect with them again. And they are always united by thought, incarnated and discarnated spirits. So the spirits that we love, no matter if they are incarnated or discarnated, through thought, we can connect with them. And through prayer as well. So when sometimes we through thought think about a loved one who has passed away already, maybe our grandparents or even our parents, through thoughts we can connect with them, and they can also receive that
connection, feel that connection with us. Also, they may follow one another. They may follow one another reincarnating in the same family. So it's very common for these spirits that love each other that they will reincarnate within the same family or close to each other in a close social circle, that and they work together in during reincarnations in order to advance themselves. So it is very common that we reincarnate within the same group of people. And I think everybody has had this feeling when suddenly you meet someone for the first time, but you just get along with that person so well that it feels like you have met them way before, right? For a long time. So this sense is because the feelings from these connections between spirits, they are inside of us, even though we don't have a very clear memory of it. The emotions and the vibration we express, they connect us to these spirits that we know. So spiritual families, they help each other as well. So more advanced spirits, they try to help the less advanced to progress. So within the spirits we love, we have some that are a little bit more advanced and a little bit some that are less advanced. So they together help each other. And after each existence, so as we reincarnate over and over again, they become less and less attached to matter, because this is our progress, right? That's the path we all follow. So we become to less and less attached to materialism, and this makes the affection grows. So as we become less materialist, our affections, our good emotions, they grow and they expand, and also our affection towards those who we love. The real affection from soul to soul survives the destruction of the body. So when we think about the spiritual family, we see that we start to see this affection between spirits. And no matter if one spirit is incarnated and another one is discarnated, this affection doesn't change. It survives the death of the physical body, because affection is not part of our physical body. It's an attribute of our spirit, which is immortal. And family ties, because of that, become tighter as they pass through multiple corporeal existences. So as we reincarnated together multiple times, we turn these family ties even stronger. So our affection um, becomes so close that we can connect with our loved ones even if they are discarnated. So this is a very comforting message if we think about many times when we lose, right, someone we love someone that discarnated and is a part of us. We learn that they are close to us and we can reunite with them again. So this union, that an affection that exists between family members, are an indication that a former sympathy has brought them together. So many times we connect to someone in our family, we are so close, and we feel this love that is just there, right? It didn't grow bigger. It was always there. And this affection is the sign that we had this connection before the present existence. Now, somebody might tell me, Well, that's not always the case, right? Because many times we don't fit into our within our family, right? It looks like we are misplaced. So sometimes we don't get along with our family. Sometimes we have a family member that don't get along with us. It's very difficult to live together, to even sometimes hold a conversation, right? There's lots of argument and differences in character, in tastes, in inclinations, right? So it's even hard to hold a conversation or stay in the same space. Yes, that's true. There is true. It is true that sometimes it's very hard. It's hard, and sometimes it feels like we are not in the right place. So how come this relates to this idea that we have this spiritual family, that we all love each other, right? While many times we live in an environment around people that we really don't want to be together with them. Well, that's part of divine providence, right? So God allows us such incarnations with spirits that we don't get along, within families with the dual objective, right? One is to serve as a trial for some spirits. So having this difficult relationship, right? Living close to somebody that is difficult to live with, it's a trial for us to learn and learn many things, right? Learn tolerance, learn patience, and acceptance, and also it serves as a means to advancement of others. So when we sometimes we reincarnate with strangers, right, with strange spirits that are not those from our family, that spiritual family, and that comes because we can learn from each other. So many times uh, a difficult brother or a difficult sister, somebody that live close to us, is an opportunity for them to learn from our family and for us also to practice tolerance, right, and patience. So that shows the importance of, no matter what the type of relationship we have, if it's difficult or easy, it shows that it's important that as a group that live close, a family, it's important that we create an environment that this difficult spirit, right, the spirit that we judge being difficult, has the opportunity to grow and has the opportunity to learn from others, right? And many times we are the difficult spirit. It's not the other way, it's us. So it is also a chance for us to practice patience, right? And try to practice self-enlightenment. So this mixture, this fusion of different types of spirits is established to help us to progress, right? As a community. And this occurs as well with cultural groups, right? Where we have people that sometimes are born in different parts in the world, and everyone kind of live and grow apart. But once in a while, we have this fusion of cultures through reincarnation, through migration of spirits, through people actually incarnated moving from one place to the other, because this helps us to become more inclusive, to understand each other, and to respect each other. So it is part of the divine law, this migration of spirits in both planes, right? Spiritual and physical planes. All right. So some people think that reincarnation is the end of family, actually, right? Because they think, oh, but I will be reincarnating over and over again, and every time I'll have to meet new people, and I have to learn to get along with them. And I don't want to do that. I want always to live and reincarnate with my friends, with my family, with my kids, right? What the spirits tell us is that this is still a selfish view, right? It's a selfish fear because we are still very young in our progress, in our understanding about pure and selfless love. And they say that it is a selfish fear that shows our lack of broader love to care over a large number of individuals. It is very easy for us to love our family, to love our families, but it's difficult to love a difficult coworker, a difficult neighbor, somebody that cut us while we were driving, right? So it is still, we still have this very narrow vision about love, about relationships, right? And as we progress, this will become more clear. But they also say that the spirits and Allan Kardec bring to us that we should not be worried about this fear, right? Because we will always re-encounter those that we love. We will always encounter those that are close to our hearts through multiple incarnations. And we can connect, we will reconnect with them through this establishing the same relationship or sometimes a different one, which means that if today I have a spouse, maybe in the previous reincarnation, that person was not my spouse. Maybe it was a brother, maybe it was a sister, maybe they were a sibling, right? So we could have these changes, but we are still living close together and our affection to them still exists. And most often, that's what happens, right? We reincarnate within the same circle of individuals. Now, what if we don't consider the idea of reincarnation, right? So if we go through the lens of a no reincarnation doctrine, then we stop seeing the family ties. Existence of family ties will cease, right? Because if we believe that, because with the no reincarnation doctrine, souls are complete strangers to one another. So I didn't have a previous life with another spirit, so it's a new person to me, right? It's a stranger. So I didn't have a previous relationship with them, with none of them. And this idea is based on the idea that souls are created at the same time as the body. So there is no previous links between spirits, between us, right? So it just started as we were born and our body was born. So the kinship between people is reduced solely to the corporeal kinship without any spiritual link. Because if the soul is created with the body, that's what our families is actually the individuals who created the body, right? Our parents, our family, and that will be our only family, not a spiritual family that's much broader than that. So that's why family ties, spiritual family ties, get very difficult to happen with this point of view. Now, with reincarnation on the other side, our ancestors and descendants may have known each other. We may have known our family before. We may have lived together. We may have loved each other. And now we find ourselves reunited again in order to actually tighten these bounds of sympathy. So every reincarnation that we connect again is another opportunity to strengthen our affection, our love, and our dedication towards the ones that are near to us. Now, going back to this idea of no reincarnation, right? What if we still not very convinced about reincarnation? The no reincarnation doctrine brings a complete rupture of family ties. Because also, if we don't believe we can reincarnate and progress with our life, one thing we might think is that our destiny, our future, will depend on of this present existence, which means that we could do good or bad, and depending on our behavior here in this existence, we will end up in one place or the other, right? Or we could maybe end up in hell, or we could end up in heaven. So if we think like that, that causes immediate separation of our affections, because it's an individual choice, right? Or our option to go in one place or the other, it is going to depend on our individual actions, and not necessarily the ones we love will do the same in this life. So we could end up in different places. And thinking about that, our fathers, mothers, children, husbands and wives, brothers, sisters, and friends, they are never certain of seeing each other again. So if we have this point of view that we cannot reincarnate, this is our own single life. We could believe that we survive, but we end up in a different place depending on our merit in this life. We don't know what's going to happen, right? We don't know if we'll see our loved ones again, because they will also have their own choices. So, but if we think about reincarnation sees this in a different perspective, because through reincarnation, we progress, right? We improve ourselves. That is a consequence of living multiple lives. And if we progress, everyone will progress as well through multiple reincarnations. And that means that we will all meet at some point through our evolution, right? Through our progression. So all those who have loved one another will meet again on Earth and in the space, right? Incarnated or discarnated as a spirit, gravitating together to reach God. And to reach God by means of perfection, right? Reaching our perfection, to become pure spirits. So, those who fail on the way, right? And I think that's very common in our world, right? Our world that is still going towards a world of regeneration, but we are still going through lots of tests and expiation, right? So what happens to those who fail, right? Those who unfortunately make bad choices and make terrible crimes, commit terrible crimes. People who die for suicide, or who have done terrible things. So those who fail, they still have a chance. Right? They will their advancement, right? Because every action we do has a consequence, but there is hope, right? Hope is not lost, because of our spiritual family, one will help each other, and loved ones from the spiritual realm or incarnated ones will encourage, will help us, and will uphold us to improve and to move forward. And this strengthens even more the bonds of affection between spirits that love each other. So, to end the talk today is about family and reincarnation, right? And what Spiritist brings to us is a very comforting message that we will always meet anyone we missed, anyone we lost, we'll meet them again, right? So if you hear this talk and you have lost a loved one, right? A long time ago, or it was yesterday, you can rest assured that you'll see them again. And most importantly, they are not dead, right? They are alive. They are just alive in a different way that perhaps we cannot see now, perhaps we cannot be close now, but it is in another place, and you for sure will meet them again, right? And there is also the second message that this this idea of reincarnation for our families brings to us is that we not only can see them one day in the future, but we can connect with them right now through thought, through prayer, and we can have the feeling and sending that they can be near to us, right? Because we can always be close to someone we love, because those ties, they can never be broken, right? It's only the ties that are from earth that die with our physical body that can be broken, but the spiritual ties, they will never be broken. So I end here my talk with this quote from Joanna de Angelis, talking about the family constellation, right? So the group of spirits that make this constellation, right, of spirits, each one with its own light, but they work together synchronously, right? And it is so the family constellation is a set of stars in the celestial dome. And it is an important part of our spiritual galaxy. And it is all of this movement of spirits is under the command and kindness of our divine creator. So that's the message for the gospel today. And I would like to thank everyone for listening. And I guess we can now move to questioning, I guess, comments.
Hi, Veronica. Wow, what a nice talk today. I think everyone can relate to family, right? Everyone, when you were talking about, like people that you may just meet one time and feel that like for a long time, or in situations where you meet people and like you just don't feel you have any like match anything with the person, right? So those kind of situations, I guess everyone can relate, especially inside the family, right?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So let's go to the questions. I guess we have a couple of ones. So the first one, Rodrigo Villar, do we choose the family when we reincarnate?
Good question. Yeah, most of the time we can. We have a voice, right? We can have a voice if we are a spirit that has some level of consciousness about our needs and how we want to progress. We can choose our family, right? Many times we choose to be around people that we are in debt. So we want to reincarnate to maybe do some reparation about mistakes we did. Sometimes we voluntarily choose to reincarnate to people to help them towards the path, right? Their progression, because it's very sad. Imagine if we don't have a chance to reincarnate with around those that we love, and imagine that the ones who we love are at different stages of us. We could move forward, but we still have those in pain, suffering that we would like to bring with us. So many spirits decide to stay behind and help those who they love. So they choose their family. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. And the family ties that you were saying, we end up like creating so much. It's a strong bond with, and like you said, of course, like if you really love and really care to someone, you wouldn't be able to go and just leave the person still suffering, right? Yeah, that's
Yes.
great to know.
Yes.
So the other question is from Rodrigo Gomez. How can we transform our regular family ties into a spiritual tie in this incarnation?
Oh, that's a $1 million question, right? Because
Everyone wants to know, including you.
everybody wants to know, because we have a difficult, we all have probably some difficulties in our family, right? There's no family that's 100% perfect. It's very rare, right? But maybe they exist, right? If we can change the way we look at it, right? And so I guess the family can become our spiritual family, our earth family, when we stop bothering, right? Or stop losing temper or trying to change our family or thinking that we are in the wrong place. I think the first thing is like realizing that we are in the right place. If we are in this difficult family, there's a reason to be, and it is for us to learn. And if it's difficult, maybe the lesson is difficult, right? But we need to accept that and try to observe, right? And learn from the events what is bringing us to lose balance, or how can we do, what could we do to improve this relationship, right?
Yeah,
So
that's. And I always think that God never let us have some challenge that we don't have the ability to go through it, right? Like it's never a test that we don't know how to. We have all the resources to surpass, right? Like those challenges. So
yes,
yeah, I agree with
certainly.
you. It's a way, like the way of looking at it, right? That we need to change. Is
Yes.
there any other questions? Let's see. Mm, nope. Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
So I think
great.
we are good. Thank you so much, Veronica.
Thanks
Oops,
so
there's
much.
another
Oh,
one. Sorry.
it's coming to
Publio from Publio is common to say, I didn't ask to
ah,
reincarnate. Is that true?
oh, so well, the spirits tell us that we begged so hardly to reincarnate exactly the way we are incarnate, and we begged so many times, and we because that was our opportunity, right? So we have to remember that in the spiritual side we have a better view of our past, right? And of what we have to do to improve ourselves. So we actually beg to be in that family, to reincarnate in that condition, because that's exactly the condition, right? The lesson we need to improve, to make the next step. So if we try to be less angry, right, or frustrated about the things we go through, and try to learn the lessons we have, you become lighter, right? The suffering becomes lighter, and we can go through these difficulties better. So we do ask to reincarnate just the way we are now.
Oh, yeah, that's a great end for our talk
Yes.
today. Um, Thank you so much, Veronica. It was really a great reflection.
Thank you
So
very much.
now, yeah, so now we are going to move on to the preparation to tonight's spiritual treatment. So, what is the spiritual treatment? PES is the transfusion of spiritual energy that assists with our physical, emotional, and mental balance. Passes help us to restore a state of harmony and peace by replacing negative energy with healthy and positive energy. In order to receive the best benefits from passes, please follow the audio instructions or remain in prayer. You may close your eyes to help with mentalization. During the pass, the water you set aside will also absorb the spiritual energy that your family and you can benefit from. So now we are going to make a prayer in preparation for the pass. Let's close our eyes and elevate our thoughts once again, mentalizing our Master Jesus and the friendly spirits that are here with us tonight. Thank you, Lord, for this great talk today. May everyone start applying the lessons that we learned today in our lives, and that we receive all the benefits of the spiritual treatment that will start soon. So be it.
Let us now prepare ourselves for the moment of the passes and the magnetization of water. Let's now calm our hearts, breathing in and out. Pay attention to your body. Focus on your breath and let yourself be carried by this energy. Let your thoughts pass by without judging them. Let them flow. Allow this light to be the beacon that guides you, and allow these words to penetrate your energy. Make each word an anchor of gratitude, faith, and trust. With the purpose of healing, which takes away my faith, healing every feeling of separation, of pain, let it all dissolve in this moment, leaving only love, gratitude, and trust. We ask God for the presence of our guardian angel and the friendly spirits who welcome us into this enlightened environment of our Spiritist Center. We open our plexus of love and forgiveness by mentalizing a light surrounding our hearts. Find a quiet and comfortable place to begin the mentalization process. Remove all worries from your thoughts. We ask that during the pass you breathe slowly and deeply. Let your body relax and surrender yourself to a deep meditation. Calmly imagine divine energies in soft and colorful light surrounding you in an environment of peace and spiritual warmth. Entrusting God with your most intimate desires, raise your thoughts to Jesus and the emissaries of the spiritual environment. The pass begins with the cleansing of your soul. Imagine a waterfall of crystal clear water pouring over us, removing all the feelings that keep you away from faith and trust. Feel the energy of this water bathing you and deeply breathe in, feeling peace and harmony. Allow this water to wash away all the impurities and spiritual larvae, washing away all the sorrows and resentments, any feelings of hatred and revenge that hold us back and cause us harm, not only from this life, but past ones as well. Now visualize spiritual doctors around you, applying magnetic cleansing passes, sanitizing your spiritual body of all sadness and negative energy. Mentalize these negative thoughts and feelings being washed away, evaporating from your soul, like water evaporating into thin air, and being carried far away from your mind. Surround yourself with the faith that bathes your being, bringing clarity and lucidity, rebalancing every cell in your body. May the water envelop all pain and bring the clarity of opportunity that chooses peace. the answer arises in our hearts, freeing us from all evil and freeing all whom we have caused evil into and who have caused us evil, washing away all the connections that bind us. Even though we may not understand, we are freeing ourselves from all that causes us harm. Feel this cleansing penetrate your soul and release. Now that we are spiritually cleansed, imagine yourself surrounded by the light of love from the hands of Jesus. At this moment, sing words of faith and gratitude, being faithful to the light that exists in me, planted by the zealous Father. Imagine the sunlight that surrounds and enraptures, freeing us from the chains of everything that holds us down, strengthening your faith. Allow yourself to trust in this light, surrender to it, involved in pleasant feelings and feeling relieved to receive the strengthening lights. Mentalize your spiritual mentors now applying divine light for the strengthening of your mind and your emotions, leaving you feeling emotionally revitalized. Let us now mentalize the magnetization of this water. May we mentalize all the friendly spirits, magnetizing this water and filling it with everything that our bodies, minds, and soul need, so that it may be of help to us when we drink it after the Pass. Thank you, God.
So before we make our closing prayer, I would like to thank you for joining us tonight. We will be back next Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. East. So now I invite everyone to join me in our closing prayer. Let's close our eyes and mentalize our Master Jesus once again. Master Jesus, we would like to thank you for one more night that we could spend learning a little bit more about the Spiritism, especially this important topic of reincarnation and family ties. May we remember that we are in the right place, with the right family, and with the right challenges and resources. May we remember to always look with the lenses of the Jesus teachings to help us through any situation that we need to understand better and overcome. We also would like to thank you for all the benefits that the spiritual treatment brought to us and to our family today. We ask for your protection for this week that we have ahead, and that this message reach everyone that is in need of it. We trust that you will be with us today and always. So be it. Good night, everyone.
tiny spark created by God. I will follow your path, Father, 'cause nobody's alone in life, and the scars of my destiny